All right, so here he is, the ubiquitous Nick Diaz. It's hard to quantify his contribution to mixed martial arts. I will just lead by saying that this man brought a lot of fans into this sport, and when he fights, the building's still packed to the max.
Yes, absolutely. Nick Diaz has a fan base that will follow him through anything, and rightfully so. He won the Strikeforce Welterweight Championship, defended it in a ton of crazy fights, knocking out Paul Daly, knocking out Marius Zaromskis, and then coming back to the UFC and getting wins over BJ Penn, fight George St. Pierre, and then also sharing the octagon with Anderson Silva. So it was only big fights for Nick Diaz because he was such a star and such a draw.
And sometimes people lose sight of just how good he was in his prime. 2008 to 2011, Nick Diaz won 11 consecutive fights. So here he is, DC, the one, the only Tony Ferguson, the former UFC interim lightweight champion, and the man who was the first to accrue a double-digit winning streak in the division, 155 pounds, that most people believe is the best and deepest in the UFC.
It has long been the deepest division in the UFC, and Tony Ferguson has maneuvered his way through that and had eventually captured the interim lightweight championship. One of the most diverse strikers that you've ever seen. I mean, the elbow he hit against Josh Thompson to split him open was unbelievable. And couple that with the college wrestling background, and every time you step into the octagon with Ferguson, you know you're going to have your hands full. From him walking to the octagon dancing, to getting in there and being so free-flowing, Tony Ferguson is one of the best fighters in the UFC.
He really thrives under the bright lights. He is a finisher of the highest order. His training habits are truly the stuff of legend. Eddie Bravo talks about this guy training for 6 hours straight. Probably ill-advised for most fighters, but El Cucuy can do it.
He can do it.
Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. We send it inside the octagon. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Nick Diaz. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson.
Herb Dean, third man in the octagon tonight. Well, you talk about must-see TV. This guy is as watchable as any fighter on the roster. His longtime cornerman, Eddie Bravo, says he'll train 6 hours straight. Tonight we're scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Nobody is going to out-condition El Cucuy. Tony Ferguson. Oh, left hook to the head, it's blocked. Oh, another blistering combination there. Really starting to do a nice job stringing the shots together.
And you can see the damage in his opponent's body, his face, his body, his legs. He's beating him up on all the targets. It's not one guy just headhunting. He is finding every opening that is presented to him. Beautiful kick lands.
Oh, nice offering there by Tony Ferguson. We'll see if he can follow it up here, champ.
I mean, he usually does. He does not let guys off the hook. Tony Ferguson is a guy that has a killer's mindset. And when he gets you hurt, he's looking to finish.
Fast pace here in the early going. And he's looking for that left hand, just missed. Oh, you land, I land. Is that what we're doing here? Oh, beautiful strike there as he lands up top, and he does so right after catching the leg. So maybe you thought he would catch the leg and go for a takedown. Instead, he goes for the punch, and he certainly found the range on that one. Superman punch now. Ferguson gets hit by that leg kick. May not be a bad idea to start to check some of these. Oh, good block there.
Beautiful setup to the leg kick.
Cucuy gets hit with a kick here. Let's see how he responds.
Oh, he jumped guillotine right away. That guillotine is very tight. This is where he wants to do.
All right, dominant position for him here. Full mount. If you're the bottom fighter, better start moving those hips, DC.
Oh, you got to start moving those hips. What you should do initially, right, is start to push at the knees. Push at the hips, create some distance, shrimp, and try to recollect half guard. Half guard sucks, but it's much better than being mounted fully by your opponent.
Let's go. I need you to posture and fall on him.
Diaz is in half guard. Inside the closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat?
Diaz getting touched here repeatedly with these ground and pound strikes from the top. Referee's not going to bail you out. Under 2 minutes to go in the round. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Good work from the top here by Ferguson. Now inside the closed guard.
And he's going to try to find ways to pass and move to a submission. He passes to half.
All right, so a grueling battle on the ground, and no surprise, the crowd pops in appreciation as the fighters work their way back to the
This
feet.
is an educated crowd, J.A. They appreciate high-level grappling. And that's exactly what they got in that exchange.
Now mixing one into the body. Ferguson's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling. Able to check the high kick.
I know a lot of people say those don't land, but even if you block them a little bit, they still put damage on you.
Oh, with authority to the body. 45 seconds remain in the round. All right, so an opportunity goes by the boards. He had him stunned, nearly finished, and now his opponent has recovered.
His opponent's recovered. Now he's got to deal with everything that he's going to bring at him. He should have got the fight finished at that time.
All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is a legitimate cut around his eye.
Yeah, he got cut on the eye from that last strike. He's got to pay attention now before it gets worse. He can't even stand.
Final seconds of round one. Well, looks as though his leg is hurt here. You can even see him limping a little bit. Round two straight ahead.
You feel good about myself. Look here. Is this a boxing match or is this MMA? Man, your boxing is killing it. Just keep...
You ready to fight? Ready. Let's do it.
Second round here. All right, here we go with our next round. A lot to be happy about in that previous round. He was attacking the head at will, and until his opponent adjusts, might as well go back to it.
There was no negative to him headhunting. Most times the coaches yell, don't headhunt, don't headhunt. I'm yelling headhunt if I'm his corner, because every time he's thrown, he's landing.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Oh, he is stunned. Drunk driving out there. We'll see if he can recover. El Cucuy's nose is bleeding now. Looks to be cut, perhaps there on the bridge. Back and forth we go. Just out of range with the straight left hand. Well, this is absolutely the hurt business. It's hard to see which party is more injured, but I think both fighters have been really effective with their strikes in this one.
Yeah, both guys have been affected. Both guys have been beat up. It's a very competitive fight. Let's see who has the heart to carry them through these very tough moments.
He's out! Tony Ferguson with a huge knockout tonight. All right, let's get it inside of Bruce Buffer. He has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 23 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson!
All right, so a big win for Tony Ferguson tonight. A lot of lightweights will say he presents the toughest matchup for them, and that was certainly the case for his opponent tonight.
Absolutely, he's so long.